Okay, it's another Ktv Real Time Repairs for you. This one, we have a skill drill, and it's a good drill, but that wire is about 1.8 metres. Just to show you, the drill does work, at least when safety isn't connected. So, there's a problem here. Too short. So, we need to get the plug apart. And that's what we need, a good old flathead. And notice how I have this cutting mat now for my videos, because I've recently applied a vinyl wrap to my desk to make it look neater. Therefore I'm using this M-Tech cutting mat so I don't get any damage from the heat gun or something similar, solder or something like that, onto my work surface. Okay, now we have our live and our neutral. We need to pull them a little bit to expose a little bit more copper. So okay, so we have the drill's wire here. We just need to start again. There's a cable. And a new cable is orange, however it will still do the same job we want. So let's put some of these tools aside. Now we can get a heat shrink application, and I've found the PJ Electrics heat shrink and not the rubbish Lidl heat shrink. So I do have a better quality heat shrink now, finally, because that Lidl stuff, it was okay for the outer layer, but when you got inside, when you wanted to put your wire in, when you put your wire on this layer, so when you put your heat shrink over here, it would melt as you were soldering it, so it would shrink way before it should. So that means it would shrink too early, so it'd end up shrinking down here when you're meant to move it up and shrink it. So it basically defeated the whole point of heat shrink, and for that reason it's not good for an outer layer. I'm going to use it for an outside layer, but for an inner layer, no. It's a shame, but you know, I mean, what can you expect out of Lidl heat shrink? I know Lidl tools are quite good, but I guess some of it has to be rubbish, doesn't it? In order to be a reputation, you know. Some products are good. M-Tech is one of my favourite companies as well. I just want to put that out there. Okay, so okay. We need to try and get our wire nice and tight. Get our wire over so it sits over and the cores aren't loose, yet they're still there in a way that they won't cause damage. That should be good enough. And then we get our solder. We have to solder our wire. Let your solder melt into the cores of the wire, not the solder meets you, not you force the solder. And just what I like to do is stroke your solder. So just pet it, just let the metal seep in to your material. And you'll notice, good job PJ Electrics. We're all from PJ Electrics, whatever you're buying, whatever manufacturer you're using for this heat shrink, good job, because that hasn't shrunk and I can still move that. I'm not going to move it because I'll start shrinking up there and it will completely defeat the point of heat shrink. However, it has done a lovely job in terms of the heat shrink. So it's done a lovely job there, and we got a hopefully lovely joint there, which we need to solder over. However, I like to give it a squeeze. Just to make sure it's tight. We've got to get our solder. Because the idea of this is, I do want to use this drill in a lot to do Nan's house for, because we're refurbishing my Nan and Grandad's garage and all that. The lighting circuit is underway, by the way. We couldn't build it, and obviously lockdown has delayed that, so my Grandad's got no lights in his garage. Sorry Grandad if you're watching this. However, he fully understands it's not my fault, and he said, you know what, it's fine mate, you can do it next time, so don't worry Grandad, we'll have that done. So, our solder has shrunk, and I'm hoping this will shrink over here nicely, so we can get our application over. You could use junction boxes, however, as I was saying, I want to use this in up to Nan's House episode 11. Well, no, not episode 11, sorry, episode 26, whatever it is. And the one thing that it can't do is I can't use it if it goes like this. If it goes funny, if the wire's too short, I want my extension lead on the ground, and if I'm up a ladder I want to be able to take the drill, therefore I need the slack ideally. I can't afford for it to drop, for the extension to drop, because it always says, or at least on master plug extension leads, it says not to hang the lead from the wire for that reason, because it can damage the innards of the master plug extension lead, which is something that I don't want to do. Therefore, by doing that, and of course it says it on my Grandad's ones as well, so we don't want to damage any extension lead during lock to Nan's house. So if we want to do wire, and I will offer this to my Grandad, if he wants any wire extended, this is the method to go, because this works really well. There you go, that works nicely. This is something I learned in college, probably the only thing I've learned in college, to be honest with you. Because I'm done with that college, with the college I go to, it's getting too much for me, and I'm just, you know, I'm sure I'm well ahead of the other people in the class. Some of them aren't there to learn electrical, they're just there to be silly. And that is where I don't want to be. So that's why I didn't go in for a little while, because of that, because I didn't want to deal with people doing things like that to me. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to be the one, I'm the one who knows how to do stuff like this. Some of them can't even bloody put a light bulb holder into a bloody socket, so that really tells you where they're going to be. Okay, just break your cords down. This would be for our plug, so and I'm using the same plug because there's absolutely nothing wrong with that plug. There's nothing wrong with this plug. It's made by SWE, by the way, in case you're interested. It's manufactured by SWE, and it has a 5 amp fuse in it, because that is what this drill requires. And heat shrink goes over. Does at least one of them go over? Right, okay, problem. The solder's too thick. So, there are ways around this. We can use the solder remover, which should be in here. Right. should be okay. That looks okay now. I do understand there is loose cores there, however. Right, how are we going against this issue? There's loose strands. Oh, sorry, hay fever. Oh my god. That's better. Ouch. Right. Oh, for God's sake. Can I finally get this over? Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, I'm nearly there. There we go. Right, now you, I guess, have to repeat the same progress by the looks of it. Give you a squeeze with the pliers, because that might just squish you together enough to do it. We're going to need to at least move a little blosh of solder on that to make that applicable. Is my iron switched on? Yes, it is. And that connection has completely loosened itself, meaning I'm going to need to melt the solder back in there again. That connection has completely loosened itself, so I'm going to allow that to cool, then I'm going to work on it from there. Let's try trimming off excess solder on this little piece. Any tiny pieces of solder I want to nip off, and then we twist these last remaining cores. I'll get them. The ones that haven't been cut in the solder, I'll get them down here. How are we going to do this? This would be very dangerous if I was going to hold that and then put the iron on. I melt. For some reason the iron doesn't want to melt it, and I don't know why that is. I don't know what reason it would have to not want to melt it. There we go. I'm definitely filling this material up. Ouch! Ouch, that was a fail. If I thin off the solder there, I'll get my now burned whole tool back. I can get the loose strands back. Right, okay, I've got an idea then. Put some weight here, put some weight there. Then hold it. You have to be very, very careful with this. Very careful. I don't know what it is, but the solder iron is not melting this. What the hell is up with you? Well, it looks like the only way forward to do this is to do that. I'll start again on that connection. That looks like it's the only way forward now, because we've tried and tried, and the solder iron did not want to listen, so it's absolutely fine. Ouch, I hate it when that happens, and it's untwisting it as well. This is a very intimidating task. Okay. Hopefully when this lockdown's over I can go into PJ Electrics and ask good old Will for some advice on how the hell he can do it so good. Because this, I can do it to a point, but it's annoying. It's irritating. Because you think you got it, and then you haven't, type thing. Could that do it? If I get a pair of clamps, that could have done it. This is getting very, very frustrating now, this stuff. That's the shining moment there. It's a matter of, will Mr. Solder stick to it? Will Mr. Solder iron melt it? Yes, you will. One of my mates did say to me, why don't you buy a tool with a longer wire? Why spend £80 on a new tool or whatever when I can do this for practically nothing? Considering this wire was given to me from my granddad, so I paid nothing for this wire. It's not the prettiest wire, but at the same day, what tool is for Fashion Week? None. So I really don't see a problem with this. Okay. We have heat shrink there. We have heat shrink there. Obviously we should have done a bit longer. However, what wouldn't hurt, I know this is green, but because it's resilient to heat and it's designed for this application, it's not sellotape or anything stupid, we can actually wrap a little bit of electrical tape around the end of that. Let's see what's wrong with that. Right, now we've got to get our heat gun and we've got to get out the big boy's hairdryer and prepare this. So that's the big boy's hairdryer, and it has not damaged the tape in any way. That's an okay application, so there is nothing wrong with that. Just allow that wire to cool. Then we will use probably, will this one go around it? Because it needs to be tight and snugly to do properly. So will this wire go around? Will this heat string go around, sorry? Yes it will, that's tight and snugly. However, my only concern is when we get to the drill wire. So we may be needing this size. Let's get down there and see what we're involving in. Let me chase this cable down, chase this heat shrink down the cable all the way to the end of it, and my connection is one. Hold on, let me bring this nearer. It is a lot easier to do it on the floor. And that's a good start because it's all twisted around. Oh, for God's sake. And we nearly at the jackpot. You have twisted, ouch, you've twisted quite badly actually, right, oh no, you seriously have twisted like this? Yes, we need the next size up, that's too much for it. Because that's twisted, the line of neutrals went the wrong way around, and that's all twisted, went bloody here, there, everywhere. The only way to get past them bendy bits without resoldering it is to obviously double check there's no wire loose and exposed, which there isn't, and give it a pinch, come to the end of it, and just for precautionary sake we'll bring another piece of that fat wire, that fat piece down, so we don't have any gaps so you can't see the inner conductors. I'm doing this in my lap, but I'm doing it. So these, try and connect these under each other, or close to each other. Oh, see, this is what I mean. See that bend? You don't want to see that. Come here. Well, clearly we're going to need a top piece over that. That's the only half that. We're going to need to lay a piece over that. So let's string this to it, and we'll lay our top piece over it. Get the big boy's air dryer out. That's one. Ow! Ouch! Right, while we're at that, we will lay a big piece of heat shrink on that cable, so when I wire the plug, I can wire the plug and then pull that up last thing. However, just as precaution, I'm going to put two pieces down there, because I really do have to be careful. So I'm going to put two pieces of that tube there. Then I'm going to get to the simple job of wiring this plug back up. So I get, remember, your blue goes to the left and your browns goes to the right. So in my case, I can feel the heat coming off that, and it's actually pretty radiant heat coming off that. Okay, that heat is radiating quite rapidly. Okay, pull this cable back. Okay. This lockdown really is starting to frustrate me though, guys, because I'm running out of parts. I'm running low on stupid things like solder and heat shrink and terminal blocks. Silly things like that, and it's really, really frustrating. Because I do need, there are essentials I need. Plugs as well, one. Plugs is bloody annoying for someone like me, because I do build new electrical stuff as well, to do something and not have a plugger laying around. Ouch, what's happening there? You gonna go in place? There we go. Now we've got to plug it in. Not yet. Not till we've got this sorted out. So let's get this sorted out. That would be the scum way of doing it, and I don't work that way. I do it that way. Okay, so we've got to work it under here to cover up that. It's getting a little bit stiff, which is a good sign and a bad sign. Needs to cover. It needs to come back and cover. Let me grab our other piece of heat shrink. We will cover the same thing. Now, cover you, and we got to try and loop. Ideally, I did try and loop this under this. Big boy's hairdryer. While that has twisted around, that will still be okay, because that's insulated, and therefore I'm not scared of that. It's not the neatest, but it will work. Let's just check quickly. Let's just make sure that there's no short circuits on the plug, just so when we plug this in it doesn't trip. Right, okay. What one was it? That's short circuit, so we just get the plugs, just get our line and neutral, just make sure that works on one pin. There's no short circuits. So just to form a visual inspection to make sure that that won't come apart in any way. And we're ready to plug you in. Draw on safety again. And there we have it. That's it for today. That's the drill on a longer wire. Remember to subscribe, like and comment, and that's it.